What is up, Bean Apple fans? Welcome back to another show. Another interesting week of football. Shocker, I think some would actually call it. So we're going to break down what's going on with the Giants. Didn't see it coming. We'll see if our boy Jacob jumps on here, who predicted this crazy signing. Talk about some smaller Jets moves, and then finally some peace and quiet out of New England. So we'll get into that a little bit, talk about a little bit of baseball, what's going on with the Yankees, Red Sox, powerhouse lineup that I think we're going to see a lot of during the season, which I think it could be cause for some fear in the AL East. So with that, as always, please subscribe. Just quickly hit that button, help us grow, turn this into something. We need you guys, can't do it without you. So hit that subscribe button, set the alerts, like the show. And as always, please participate. Drop your thoughts, your comments, ideas, and razz us as necessary. So with that, John, Jim, you guys ready to break down some sports?
Sure. I just want to say a quick hello to Shane, and hopefully my niece is watching. Olivia, I love you. Hopefully you're doing great today, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Buffalo Bill's in the house with Mark right now, so he's not going to like what I have to say towards the end of the show, but that's it.
Oh, this could be juicy.
Okay. So got a Bills fan out there. Nice.
So the big news I think we have to kind of dive into first and foremost, the Giants somehow with $900,000 coming into free agency landed the big fish, Kenny Golladay. Unbelievable. I cannot fathom how this has happened. I really can't. But I mean, how excited is Giants Nation today? Adding this weapon, is it going to make that much of a difference to Daniel Jones? I mean, is it going to alter the direction of the Giants?
It has to. This is make or break time for Jones now, right? I mean, you're giving him the weapon, you're giving him the deep threat, and you're loading up the team. So the Giants have been steadily since free agency opened up, going out, picking guys here and there and loading them up, and Golladay and bringing Rudolph in and giving them some weapons to use. I think more than he had last year, and hopefully he's gonna turn it around this year and stay on the field and utilize them. I mean, you got Ingram and Rudolph. You got Ross comes in with a lot of speed out of Cincinnati, so he's a deep threat too. Golladay can catch the contested passes. Hopefully that frees up Slayton a little bit, and Sterling Shepard, can stay on the field through the season and not have turf toe come up on him and get him again. But no, it's definitely exciting. It's great to see. It's not really the Giants' MO. I mean, we got Plaxico years ago, but and look what that did. I think John remembers Plaxico when he was on the Giants there. You might remember. I think there was a sluggo route that he ran that you might recall. But,
I don't remember anything.
No? Number 17?
It's crazy that the Patriots Super Bowls against the Giants, I have complete amnesia about. It did not happen.
Right. Yep.
Selective amnesia, I think it's called.
Right.
Damn right it is. Right it is.
Yeah. No, they so Mark's right there. We need O-line help. And actually, thinking about the draft, right? We've been talking about what are the Giants going to do, and I don't want to get too far into this here with this, but it's going to be interesting now with, they got a tight end, now they got two tight ends, they got the receiver. Now if Waddle and Smith are up there, and is an O-line guy, or we even got a rusher now out of Minnesota, Odenigbo, to play on the edge, right? So I'd like to see. I'm curious to see what they're going to do when they get up there. Right, depends on how much Barkley has when he comes back too. Absolutely. I mean, I guess that's why they signed Devontae Booker. I mean, really, on paper, he lines up with Gallman. I don't know why we didn't just keep. And really, Gallman, I didn't hear anything about him. So,
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I haven't heard him going anywhere or meeting with any other teams. So, could he be a third back? I don't think we're keeping Alfred Morris as the third back. So is Gallman come back as a third in case Barkley is banged up or not 100%? I don't know. But, Booker and Gallman on paper are pretty much neck and neck with what their productivity is.
I think I'd still rather have Gallman.
Yeah, I do too. I have no issue with Gallman. I mean, we put up almost maybe 700 yards last year. I don't have it in front of me, but it wasn't terrible.
No, especially on that team to step in to Barkley's role and have pretty good success.
Yeah.
So thinking about the Giants, I mean, obviously Kenny Golladay. I mean, the Lions were 3-1 with them last year, and then 2 in whatever they were, 15, whatever they were without them. So here's the thing. Alex brings up a really good point. So say Barkley doesn't come back right away. Say he's a little bit slow. I mean, the only other team that had less touchdowns thrown than New England was the Giants, and I didn't realize that. I guess I wasn't keeping track. But they signed Rudolph. They got Golladay. Was it decision-making last year? Was it the fact they had no run game? Was it the O-line? Was it all the above? I don't know. Kind of like what you said, Jim. And now if, say, Smith is there when they draft, do they draft him for like a slot guy?
Right.
I mean, seriously. I mean, they get Golladay. They got Sterling Shepard, which is a nice piece.
Yeah.
They got my man Slayton. You know what I mean? And
that's it right there.
And he's not a number one, obviously, last year. I think too much pressure was put on Shepard and Slayton. But do you go after like a Smith or a Waddle or a Pitts for a slot and really turn that into a serious, monstrous offense? Because you're right. Because if Jones is shit to get off the pot.
That's it.
So I don't know if they go O-line. I don't know if they go pass rusher. I mean, they did resign what's his face from the Jets again.
Leonard Williams.
Yep. Leonard Williams. So that's going to help. Or do they draft a pass rusher?
Right. I think it's going to depend on who's available. And to your point, you're saying what was the problem? Alex is saying it, right? So it's Garrett's first year, right? So now he's got a second year under him. The O-line struggled. Andrew Thomas struggled. So now the O-line Solder's back this year. So do they kind of gel a little bit this year? I hope. Does Garrett open up the playbook? Because really, he's going to have to go through his reads quickly, Jones. Right? If he's going to have a couple different reads, he can't just one, and he's got to have more than 1/1000 throw. Also, right? He's got to be back there for a couple seconds to be able to make a decision.
Right.
And I think we got to solidify the O-line. I think if there's a what's his name? Slater maybe is up there. Is he picked? Is he the guy we go with first? Maybe. I mean, it's hard to say. I think O-line for sure we need, and having an edge rusher would be great too.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they just signed a cornerback too. This just came out. Adoree Jackson.
Quarter or corner?
Corner. Adoree Jackson.
Oh, so they did sign him. They were recruiting him heavy.
Yeah, 3 years, $39 million. So that $900,000 is stretched out like crazy.
You know what happened? We went across the field into the Jets side, and we started taking their money. That's what happened. We tied them up, and we took all their money because they're not using it.
It would literally be the only explanation that I could possibly grasp at this point. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. I mean, really Adoree, Jabril Peppers was recruiting him. Then they flew in Logan Ryan to have dinner with him and sit down with him. And he was in town today with the Giants to get him in. Yeah. So, I mean, he was out most of last year being hurt. But, apparently Peppers, Logan Ryan, and I think Darnay Holmes were all calling him saying, hey, you got to come over here. And he was supposed to go to the Eagles tomorrow. But who wants to play in the Eagles? Nobody.
So I'm going to predict now that the Giants are going to take that kid from Penn State. What's his name? Parsons? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yep. They're going to go linebacker. They're going to go linebacker. So they got their defensive backs all set now. They're all set there.
Yep.
O-line, they could go O-line, but we'll see. I'm telling you, to shore up that D, they're going to go a linebacker because he can play inside and outside, if I remember reading about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's exceptional.
He is. He's a great linebacker. So I don't see him going offense. It looks like they're going to build up their D, but I'll tell you what, if Smith is there, you have to take him. You have to take him and put him in the slot. You really do. You have to. I can't. I mean, what are they picking? 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 12th? What are they picking?
Giants?
Yeah.
Giants are
11th, right? Yeah, they're after Dallas. So, yeah.
I think he'll be there, too. The way this draft is – and we could also be in store for some huge upsets on draft night, which I'm kind of hoping for because that's going to make things super exciting. But, I mean, the whole top half of this first 10 picks looks like it's offensive heavy. So – if that's the way it plays out, you're going to have some players fall to the Giants. Defensive side of the ball is going to be crazy, and I've even seen ones where Slater's going before as well, where you have Swell and Slater both gone before the Giants. With 4 quarterbacks, with 3 wide receivers, with a tight end. It's like, you're going to have potentially the top defensive player at any position sitting there for your pick. It's I can't remember a draft that was this top heavy at the top to where offensive top heavy. It's crazy the way, if it shakes out that way, it's going to be insane. The player that is going to be sitting there, even for the Patriots at 15, if that's how it plays out, they've got to go on the defensive side of the ball, but you guys just spent a bunch of money on the defensive side of the ball. So, well, you spent a bunch of money everywhere, but it's going to be
depth is always good. I think Belichick will take the highest rated player they have. Unless there's a quarterback available that he didn't think would be there.
Yeah.
And I can't see that happening.
Luxury. That's the luxury that you have there. But
I
still think it's going to be hard for them to pass up. If Mac Jones is sitting there, I feel like they have to take him. Even if you take a quarterback again next year, I feel like you have nothing. Like you're going year to year with Cam, you kind of have to take a shot, don't you, at a quarterback and just see, and if it turns into nothing, then
if he's there, am I going to be shocked if they draft him? Absolutely not. With the numbers that he has, what was he in his 4th year anyways? So he's kind of an older guy, kind of a Belichick-y type guy where would he graduate after 3.5 years or whatever it was, and a smart guy. I mean, obviously he played with incredible talent at Alabama. Maybe the Patriots are trying to reconstruct some of that in a way. And whoever's going to be quarterback there, if they don't succeed there, it's probably going to be because, I shouldn't say not succeed. Not succeed right away. It's because they all have to get on the same page. You know what I mean? That they're all going to have to get on the same page. That whole offense is new. It's a whole new offense. So whether it's Cam, whether it's Matt Jones coming in, I think whoever they draft, if they go the route of drafting, I see Cam starting. Cam will be the opening day starter, guaranteed. But if I see San Francisco moving up in the draft or somebody like that is going to end up potentially replacing Jimmy G. But again, are you going to draft a quarterback and then trade Jimmy G? Hell no. I mean, you got a good team there. So I see Cam our opening day starter. I know it sounds like baseball, but that's what I see him at. And I do see the Patriots drafting someone. I don't know if they'll go first round. I don't know how he feels about Mac Jones. Him and Coach Saban they have a great relationship. And Belichick loves what players? Bama, Rutgers, LSU. You know what I mean? It always seems like he's going after Bama guys. So, usually works out.
If you're going project quarterback too and not filling in your first year, then it might be better to roll the dice and try and get Kyle Trask in round 2. Because he's probably going to fall into that mid to late second area, I would think. So that could even be a nice developmental piece to stick behind Cam for a year, and then I'm guessing cut bait on Stidham after this, and then
I'm assuming so. I'm assuming that. Well, I'm I would actually say that they're going to keep him on the team. I mean, they don't have to pay him a whole lot. COVID's still going to be out there. He's a guy that at least knows the team. You know, whether or not he accepts like a practice squad role or something like that, I don't know.
I heard they have a pretty good program there too.
Yeah.
Shane, and I heard he throws left-handed but right-handed at the same time. Shane,
you should see the spiral on the spear, though. I mean, it's insane. Yeah.
So look, I said I agreed with him, Shane, that they would probably take Mac Jones if he's there. I didn't say I would like it. Again, what Bama quarterback has done well? I don't know. I mean, with the numbers he put up, as smart as he is, he seems like a Belichick type of guy. And I guess time will tell. But Shane, if that's how you feel, it's it's pretty funny for one. Two, you're probably true. I thought you were going to say like North Shore Community College or something like that. I don't even have a football team.
Zimbabwe. So Shane, he also said the Giants will be 7-9. So he's thinking that they're going to win a division under 500.
Hey,
I mean, because everybody knows, know, you're wearing Giants blue. Everybody knows that the Giants are winning the division this year. I'm talking about your jersey you have on. I think is that Plaxico? Is that number 17? No, Red Sox.
Red Sox, baby.
Okay, looks like Giants blue. Looks like Giants blue to me.
Look,
but I mean,
look. If I died tomorrow, Jim, and you put a Giant shirt in my casket, it's going to end up out of the casket. That's all I'm going to tell you. All right.
Yeah. Oh, no, you don't want it draped over the top. No.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh man.
Oh, so, God forbid. God forbid.
Yeah. So on the Patriots, we were kind of touching on this a little bit before, and you saw the article with Robert Kraft saying that he's not in the business of losing, which is why they spent. It was insane. I don't know if you read that article. They spent like $179 million in, or it might have even been more. No, he bought the team for 179. I think they spent like 186 in free agency this year, which is crazy. It's now they topped the Jets and the Dolphins by like 18 million, I think it was.
That's the biggest spenders ever.
And the biggest spenders in one season, which is insane. Wow. And that goes back to what we talked about last week. The Jets have continuously won free agency quite a bit over the years, and they had one of the highest totals for one season. And look at what it's done. Like
nothing.
We talk about it like all the time, right? You can't build a team through free agency. You could fill holes, but what the Patriots are trying to do is fill every hole, essentially building a team through free agency because they've lost so much. Mm-hmm. And you said it, it's going to take some time to put this thing together. It's not just here's an NBA All-Star team, go out there and have fun. Like you can't, it doesn't work like that in the NFL. And the Jets have seen it year in and year out. And if you miss, when you spend this kind of money, if you miss on any of these players, if you end up with a bust, with maybe one of these tight ends, if Hunter Henry can't stay healthy, if Jonnu Smith is a one-hit wonder type of thing, it sets you back so much. It really does. I mean, it just because you have so much money locked up into them. Tremaine Johnson for the Jets is the perfect example. They paid him an outrageous amount of money to be the starting cornerback, which he was great with the Rams, came over with us and was terrible. And they were eating like almost $20 million a year in dead cap space from him because he couldn't even get on the field. He was so bad. So it's just, if you miss,
I agree with you, Joe. I do. It's scary when you do this. The only reason I'm not too concerned about it, I mean, I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm concerned, but I'm not worried because they had decent players already. Their defense was still pretty good before they started signing Judon and people like that. So I'm not too concerned about the players that they sign. $1 billion. Oh boy, Mark, you and I will be betting this year, man. Don't you worry. All right, you and I are going to be betting. That just prompted you and I to have a bet at the end of this show, my friend.
Pocket Aces Mormons back in the house.
You know what? You got aces. I'm calling with 10 jacks suited, and I'm cracking your aces, brother. On the river, too, by the way. In fact, I'm going to see if the pit when the God, I wish I knew when they were playing. But anyways, so back to what I was saying before I thought about gambling again. No, so they have a pretty decent team around them. Now, offense-wise, okay, they are filling almost every hole except for Edelman and Myers on that side of the ball. Both tight ends are new, but you know what? Who did we have before? You know, if there was a couple decent players there, I'd be worried. Wide receivers, I hope Edelman comes back. I hope he's healthy. The fact that James White hasn't signed, Shaney and I were talking about this the other day. You know, you watch Dion Lewis, you watch Shane Vereen, both go to the Giants, I want to say, and not do very well. You know, because they didn't have that same system as New England. New England has been running that running back, you know, out of the backfield since Kevin Falk. You know what I mean? And Antoine Smith back in the day. So the pieces that they added, yes, both wide receivers, both tight ends, you know, all four are going to start. That's a little scary. That is. But the fact that they're actually going to have a camp this year makes me feel a whole lot better. If there's no camp, oh man, that's going to be pretty bad if they can't start working with Cam soon. But the defensive side of the ball, I liked our D before. J.C. Jackson still isn't signed, so that's telling me there's some hope. We still have Gilmore. Gilmore hasn't been traded. He hasn't been packaged for anything. Everyone keeps saying they're going to trade him to San Fran. San Fran isn't trading Garoppolo. I mean, I hate to break it, Pats fans. It's not happening unless they were going to get one of the big names. And right now, one of those big names may never be playing football again if some of that stuff is true about him, which I hope it isn't. But at the same time, sweet Moses, it's up to 10 people now.
Where there's smoke.
Oh, gosh, yes. It's just getting worse. You know what I mean? So I just don't see them trading Jimmy G. Maybe Marcus Mariota, if he'll reconstruct his contract, you know, maybe come in and compete for a job with Cam, which, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Belichick likes him. I don't know. It's all about who Belichick likes. But I honestly think I've accepted the fact that Cam is going to be our quarterback next year. And I just hope to God that the reason why he was throwing he was for the last 12 games is because COVID affected him. I really hope that's why.
That's all you can hope.
Because if not, I mean, those passes that he was trying to complete 10 yards down the field was disturbing.
Brutal. Yeah. So that was Cam is like the only available quarterback who I would say he's a fringe starter at this point. Like you don't know if he's an actual number one, right? I mean, and you're getting excited as a Patriots fan about Marcus Mariota, who's not
excited at all. Just to give a little bit of competition. That's all.
But there's nothing out there. There's nothing.
No, there isn't. That's what I mean.
If Cam fails, there's not even a viable backup to really step in. No. Nobody left that you could sign and say if Cam goes down, we should be okay. It's all gone. I mean, the market they cleaned house, so to speak. So you got Cam and Stidham.
What was the market?
Oh, it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
I mean, this is like the worst free agent quarterback class I've ever seen.
Well, I mean,
but that's because I mean, I wouldn't mind that at all, but. But
quarterbacks don't make it to market. There's a reason. There's a reason teams don't get rid of good quarterbacks. Like,
there you go.
I'd rather have Stidham.
Wow. Yeah, and they traded up to get Trubisky, right? Didn't they trade up to get him?
They traded up a lot.
Yeah,
and they gave away picks and come on.
Yeah, and they jumped over. They said Patrick Mahomes, you stay there. We're going after the guy who has 13 career starts.
Trade for Mitch. You know what? Throw some Minshew in there just to kind of liven things up a little bit with his crazy ass hair.
I can't imagine Bill buying off on that.
No, and like I said, I like Cam. I mean, the guy came in. A lot of people didn't like him. I do. I liked him before he came to New England. He had a great attitude. You know, he was the first guy in. the work ethic is there. No one's doubting that. It's the ability to throw the football, which everybody's worried about. And for whatever reason, Belichick is okay with it. Or did he see exactly what we've seen is where else do you go? What other quarterback is going to quarterback that team? There was nobody out there. If that's
the case, why make all the other moves? Why make all the other moves? I mean,
I don't know.
He's not going to. I mean, and still somehow
you have to try. You have to try. You have the money.
Yeah, somehow the last show, you were talking crazy about the Pats having more wins than the Jets and Giants combined, and now it's, well, what are we going to do? That's all we got.
I still think that's a very good possibility, Jim. I still think that's that's a win in 10 games with Cam. I'm telling you right now.
And that's going to be more than the Jets and the Giants combined?
Yeah,
even your brother knows the Giants are probably going to win 9 or 10 games.
Look,
what are you talking about? Well, the Jets will probably win 1.
That's if Danny Dimes can even play.
That's 11 wins.
That's right. Right, we'll have 11 wins. Giants have 10. Jets will give us 1 more as 11. That might be the winner.
You give me an over-under. I'll tell you what. You give me 2 wins, Jim.
Now I'm going to give you wins.
Well, hold on. You're talking 2 teams, Jets and Giants, against
you
1.
Are.
You're telling me the Patriots are going to suck.
You brought it up.
Okay,
this is your bet.
Okay, so my bet will be, I don't know how we keep getting a bet and gambling and me always find a way. I mean, how many wins do you think the Jets are going to have next year? You think they're going to have more than last year? They're going to have 3 wins. 4 wins. That team, they still have no one. They don't even know who the quarterback is. Right now, their best bet is re-signing Flacco. And they're not even going to do that.
No, he's out. He's out interviewing right now.
Yeah, he's going to be an Eagle.
With who? The Zimbabwe Community College? I mean, come on. Who's going? What? Him and Frank Gore go together?
Yeah. No, I think he went to Philly, and he's going somewhere else. He's got 2.
Don't say New England. Don't say New England.
The Pats.
You think
Why
so?
not?
Hey! Flacco won a quarterback Super Bowl in Baltimore.
Right. You wouldn't take him as your backup to Cam?
Backup? Yeah.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
I guess over Stidham, yeah. Actually, I would.
Flacco's the only AFC quarterback in the last 20 years to win a Super Bowl that isn't named Roethlisberger, Brady, or Manning. He's the only one.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, now Mahomes.
Yeah.
But,
now Mahomes, but before that.
Yep. So I mean,
I mean,
he's got one more.
Backup. Yeah,
he's got one more Super Bowl win than Cam Newton.
He does.
So,
and he has the same amount of Super Bowls as the Jets combined ever.
Yes, that's true.
So maybe the Jets should keep him. Come on, Joe, throw some more digs. You can't throw digs at the guy who's a fan of the team that's been in the Super Bowl like 10 years and 21 seasons.
I'm telling you, the wheels are coming off. The Patriots fans are just insane. I mean, on top of it, you're bringing back your key defensive guys that you like to call it that are coming back this year that now have to reintegrate to a team that they weren't a part of last year.
Yeah, but it's the same defense. Hightower's coming back.
It's all new people. It's all new players coming in. They missed a year.
Not that many, man. Not that many new people on the D side. Offensive line side, I mean, we re-signed Andrews. We brought back Karras from Miami. And then, like I said, the key positions, the 2 tight ends. And thank God they signed 2 tight ends. They could have signed Ben Coates and Mark Navarro, and I would have been happy. Because
they have to because Hunter Henry will get hurt week 3 and miss a combined 7.
That's why we got
and then you got Jonnu Smith, which will turn out he'll be a system tight end down there in Tennessee and not amount.
He's going to blow up this year. He's going to be the next Ben Coates. You watch. He'll be Ben Coates this year. You'll see 65 to 70 catches.
Oof.
65
I don't know. We'll
to
see.
70 catches.
Yeah, but so with the Jets signing Sheldon Rankins with the defensive line that they actually been putting together with Larson, who you liked.
I do like him.
And you got Quinnen Williams again in the middle there. That defensive line is actually one of the only things that significantly is improved right now. That's going to be a hard line to run against. It's going to be some pressure coming on the quarterback. It's about the only good thing. But I mean, if Rankins could stay healthy with what they've got there, like that could actually be a very good signing. And
the
could
Jets
cause some
have nowhere to
havoc.
go but up, Joe. They were last in offense and 27th in defense. So you're right. They will be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be like 4 wins better.
Oh,
they're not going to have 4 more wins than last year better.
You don't think so?
No.
Come on. With a new quarterback, new offense.
You think they're going to have 4 more wins? I'll bet you. How much do I have? How much money do I have in my account? Let me log into my bank account real quick. I want to see what I have. Because
I need, as soon as we'll talk about it when Zach Wilson's drafted.
Doesn't matter. You could draft Trevor Lawrence.
Does matter.
You could draft Trevor Lawrence.
I think I don't think Sam's got it. So I have no faith left in Sam, and obviously nobody else does either, because nobody's willing to trade for him. So all this talk from like the sports heads about how Sam's this great quarterback and he still has so much potential. Literally, no teams are interested in him. Nothing.
No.
Like that. And how are you going to say? And then I was watching a thing on ESPN where they were talking about who has a better chance of thriving at this point in their career, Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold. Everybody said Daniel Jones. How are you going to sit here and say Sam Darnold's this great quarterback and can still be elite, but yet Daniel Jones has a better chance of thriving than the number 3 pick in the draft that was the 4th highest rated college quarterback coming out like ever?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to tell me that at this point, Daniel Jones has a better chance to thrive in the NFL than Sam Darnold does. If the talent was really there and they really believed in it and it wasn't just a smokescreen, there's no way you could say that. There's just no way. But Sam is not. It's just not going to happen for him. It sucks, but I don't believe it's going to happen.
He's going to need to be released. I mean, who wants to give up an asset when everybody is betting that the Jets are going to take a quarterback at number 2? I mean, they're not going to trade anything worthwhile. A late round pick?
I think even if they don't cut him this year, he's more than likely walking next year, because you can't invest a significant amount of money in a 1-year hit. Like, it's how much are you going to bank that 1 year progression? And like you said, it's not going to be a 9-10 win season. No. Not with what they've done in the offseason. No. So even if he gets to 5 wins, is that enough to say here's $25 million a year, $20 million a year to lock him up as your starting quarterback? Like you cannot have the conviction, even if you keep him this year, to say this is our quarterback at this point. If we had 2 years left or something like that, okay, like, and you show some progression, but there hasn't been. So I don't know if, like I was telling you guys, if Sam's the quarterback next year, I'm going to be Randy Quaid off of a major league, just heckling the entire season, even when we're in the playoffs. It's just waiting for the whole thing to collapse, because that's it sickens me. But it's got to be Zach Wilson, and if it's not, you guys are doing the draft show on your own, because I'm going to be too drunk to even form words.
Oh my God, it's going to be great when they don't take a QB at 2.
So that's what I was going to say.
Tears.
How much fun is this going to be? How much fun is this going to be when they say, with the number 2 pick, the New York Jets select from the University of Oregon? We're just going to be like, yes, offensive line. Keeping Sammy Boyd. Oh, they're going to have bookends on the left side and absolutely nobody to throw.
We're going to have to put Joe in a straitjacket. Handcuff him to the chair, to the table, so he's got to sit there.
Right. So, I need to put bars up on the window.
For the whole thing.
Who was it before? Was it Nick Mangold and Ferguson, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but that was a center and a tackle.
True.
Not a left tackle and a left tackle.
And a left tackle. Well, one will be a guard, one will be a tackle. That's all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
it. One will be a right tackle, one will be a left tackle, and then in 4 years, when they're a free agent, they're going to have to walk, because you can't pay a right tackle $27 million a year. Like, you can't do it. So he's going to want left tackle money, whether it's Becton or Sewell. they're both going to want left tackle money because they're both left tackles. They're not going to take a $10 million a year discount to play right tackle. It's just not going to happen. So
Justin, you need him, brother. You do. You need him. Blindside, blocking, taking care of.
But the
blindside.
The amount of Jets fans, I'm still like in all the posts, all the Facebook posts, everything that I see, everybody's draft Sewell, protect Sam. It's like, but they don't understand that that's a waste. That's a wasted pick because in 4 years they're gone. Even if you pick up their 5th year option, 4 years from now Becton's gone, or if you sign him the next year, Sewell's gone. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, but that's if they're really good though, too. You know what I mean? They may not turn out to be, top 5 draft pick talent. I mean, how often does that happen? They may not. So, but you may get a really good one. You may get a really good offensive lineman or whoever else you draft. But,
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm just telling you, Joe, if they don't draft a quarterback, I'm going to make it pure hell on you. I'm going to go on record.
I'm going to make it.
And then somehow the Patriots get Wilson.
Well, so the question for me is,
that'll be our last show.
Do you think the Jets made a decision? Do you think hierarchy there made the decision? We're going with the QB at 2 or not? Do you think they're set with their pick in their head?
I think so. I don't think they're saying it, but by saying that they're going to field calls for Darnold, I think that kind of says where you're at, because last year he was untouchable. He was the only person on the team that was untouchable. And now they're taking phone calls for him because there's just
so there's not a lot of teams that need a quarterback except for the guy on the bottom of our screen here. So if they are committed to taking a QB at 2, and Bill makes a phone call up to the Meadowlands and says, "Hey, I heard you going QB. We'll take Darnold. Would you trade him to New England?"
No, I wouldn't help New England. I wouldn't help them at all.
How is that helping them? If you don't want him for your own team, how's it helping them giving him to the Pats?
Because I don't even want to take the chance.
Oh, that's because you're not sure. You're on the fence. You're on the fence.
No, I still think Zach Wilson's the correct pick to make. It just makes sense. You restart the clock. You got a fresh quarterback that would perfectly line up with the contracts of the coach and the GM. So if it's a failure, all 3 are out in 4 years. So that's super easy to clean house at that point, because nobody has ties to Sam. The GM didn't draft him. The coach is gone. Well, both coaches are gone. So and then you have Sam, who's regressed over the last 3 years, now has to learn another new offense.
Right.
And
the Pats have seen him a ton. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the Pats have seen him a ton. You would think if they saw something, Bill would say, "Hey, I'll take a flyer on him. Let's bring him in.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got to give up to get him."
But I can't. I can't
Why
even.
Not? There's nobody else left, really.
Yeah.
No,
I don't understand why they wouldn't take a chance. Why wouldn't the Pats take a chance? I mean, are they just dead set that we can't deal with the Jets? They're not going to deal with us, and I don't even bother making a phone call?
I don't know.
I mean, if the Jets want to dump them, why not do it?
Oh, get out of here! Get out of
here, baby.
No,
maybe. But I mean, I'm saying if you have a guy that you are not committing to because you don't think he can do it for you, why not give him to your biggest competitor?
I don't think,
not?
Jim. So this is what I think would happen, though, Jim. The Jets would make the price so high for New England because they're trading them into the division. So would Belichick give up a second? We just basically stole, who was it? Who did you make a trade with to move up 11 picks? Was it we traded a lineman?
Seymour?
I don't follow.
No, we just
when?
2 weeks ago or a week ago. We traded someone. Who did Cannon go to? The Texans? The Texans.
Yeah.
So we traded him to the Texans and we swapped the picks in 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds. So we just moved up 11 spots in each round, which is pretty good, especially for the 4th round. 5th round, 6th round, whatever. But maybe an early 4th. maybe an early fourth for Sam, I could see. But I honestly think the Jets would make it like
right. They want more than that.
They would make the Pats overpay, or they just release them, which I don't think they want to release them because they think they can get something for them. But
right.
I mean,
and that's my point.
Why even take the chance? You know,
right.
Why even take
I wouldn't.
Get something. If the only way you can get something is to the Pats, why wouldn't you get something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I would rather have him as a backup this year. If you draft Wilson, keep him as your backup.
So you think Wilson's going to walk in and start?
I think Wilson's better. Yeah. You know, and so does Chris Sims. I mean, he said he's better than Trevor Lawrence. So, you know, and the whole Trevor Lawrence thing, and we've talked about this offline, is Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent who got owned outside of his freshman year in the playoffs. Right? Like this year against Ohio State, he didn't even look like he cared that he was getting blown out of the water in the championship game. You know, the year before that, Joe Burrow, you know, wiped the field with him. His freshman year, he was anointed the next coming of Tom Brady, basically, you know, because he went in as a true freshman and won the championship. And then ever since then, he's been good. But when the lights are brightest, he's choked twice in a row. And he doesn't even – that game bothered me. And I'm sure you're the same way, John. He didn't even care in that Ohio State game. You saw him on the sideline just smiling, laughing, joking around. Like if I was getting thoroughly used and abused in the championship game, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be smiling. I'd be furious. Imagine Brady in the Super Bowl losing 48-20 and just walking up and down the sideline, just laughing, joking, shooting the shit with his teammates. Like I can't even fathom that in that environment.
Well, I think we talked about this too, but I think Lawrence, he was trying to enjoy his last college game, to be quite honest.
How do you enjoy it?
Well, I mean, you have to. I mean, it's the last time he's ever going to play college again. But, I mean, so, you know what's pretty funny, Joe? The second the Jets, lost a hold of number one, you didn't like Trevor Lawrence anymore.
No, he's dead to me.
He is. But, I mean, honestly, let's take a look at Trevor Lawrence. What hasn't he done in college?
I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback.
That he's not better than Wilson, though. What has Wilson done in college?
Besides,
he's played 1 year,
improved.
Really, right? He's played 1 year.
No, he's played 3 years.
Okay, but what has he won? What did he bring BYU to?
To a
much improved record. A much improved record, but we're talking on the biggest stage.
He went to a bowl. They destroyed Houston. I think it was Houston in the bowl game they played in.
Okay, so that's
BYU's not going to play in the championship. They're just not going to. It's always going to be the powerhouse teams.
Maybe not. But
so
Trevor Lawrence did. I mean, all 3 years he played, he had a chance to be there.
Yeah.
And as a freshman, he killed it. So
yeah,
I mean, quite honestly, if he could have come out as a freshman, barring the whole age barrier thing or whatever, you're going to spend 2 years in college.
Yeah.
I mean, Clemson played against some of the best teams around. So yeah, that Ohio State team,
killed them.
They came in and killed them. But the year before he brought them back, right? Against Ohio State. Was it the year before or the year before that? I can't remember. But the year before that's when they beat Ohio State, and Ohio State was favored in that game. So I don't know. To me, I mean, I seen him on the sidelines, and I can't remember who I was talking to, but it's like he must just be trying to enjoy his last college game. You know what I mean?
You'll see.
Would I have liked that? No.
Joe's head's gonna explode when Urban Meyer selects Justin Fields. And then, oh my God, we got him! And then you're gonna see the whole room.
And then wait a minute, I've loved him the whole time.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I mean that. So Travis, that's not even a fair comparison. That's like saying line up the Yankees against a single A baseball team or a high school baseball team. Like the talent level is so unbalanced that you can't compare the two. Like
Well, they are,
when
but
you've
the
got
talent they play against, though, you can't compare it to.
what do you
I mean, who Clemson had to play and who BYU has played. I mean, you're saying they destroyed Houston. That's fine. Try going up against Bama and Ohio State every year, and LSU. You say you got throttled by
yeah, but
Burrow.
you can't
That
say
LSU team was probably one of the best college teams ever. You know what I mean?
But
One
you
of the
can't
best
say
college teams ever.
how do you know what Zach Wilson would do in that environment? He doesn't
Well,
have
we
anywhere
don't.
close to the weapons.
Right, but we know
So you
what Trevor
take
Lawrence can do.
right. So you take the golden child, you put him with the perfect surroundings with Etienne and Rodgers and all the weapons that he has there, and you expect him to be good. And he was good. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I didn't say he played bad in college, but when you look at how he improved over the 3 years, which was there was an improvement, but it wasn't drastic improvement in anything. He just came in at a higher level than Zach Wilson did initially. But Zach Wilson from his freshman year to his sophomore year improved dramatically. So to say he's a 1 year, yeah, but if you look at each year statistically, he got better, and he was hurt a lot of his sophomore year. He was injured a lot. He had the shoulder surgery, he had a thumb surgery, so that kind of limited him. But he got better each year, a lot. So
yeah, I just don't see him starting right away. I truly don't. I mean, you're going to go from the speed of the WAC playing against like Utah and Utah State and teams like that.
So
that's pretty funny. I never heard it called that.
But the Den of Kittens, I love it. Yeah, they're not Tigers. In fact, they need to get rid of that running back. But anyways, back to the Wilson Lawrence debate.
Oh, so look at that question he has up there.
Does Clemson win as many games? I guarantee BYU's win. Oh, I mean, mechanic-wise, Lawrence has had it since he's been in college. I don't think he's changed much. His reaction time, his thought process has been the same. I mean, every like pro show I listen to, I shouldn't say pro show, every show that talks about, all the quarterbacks coming out, Lawrence is the only one that's ready. I don't know. And now is Lawrence going to struggle with Jacksonville? Of course he will. I mean, the speed's a lot different. I mean, they get decent weapons there. We'll see very young weapons. Very young weapons. That's why they didn't go out and spend a lot of money on offense. But I mean, Wilson is I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe they keep Darnold to start this year, let him sit for a year because.
So what if you pull a Mahomes situation?
What? And he beats out Alex?
Where Alex Smith played all but the final game of the year, and then they let Alex Smith. They traded him away, and then it was Mahomes' team. What if you did something similar to that? You let Zach Wilson sit this year. Mm-hmm. You let Sam play. If Sam starts tearing it up, then you run into a Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers situation, right? So where potentially you could trade Sam to somebody because there's going to be some injuries, something's going to happen. Right. So say Sam comes out the first 5 weeks and just looks like a completely different quarterback. Now you've got his heir apparent waiting in the Breeze there. So you flip Sam to somebody who gets hurt. Maybe it's maybe somebody down in maybe Jameis Winston's not playing too well in the Saints and they're falling behind, and you swap him for a second and then hand the reins over at that point. Because Sam has no value now, right? I mean, I think we've pretty much established Sam Darnold has no value. No. So the best bet is to run it back and give him a chance to earn something.
Run it up. Yeah.
So, I mean, think of guys like Trubisky and Rosen. These guys were thrown out as starters right away on terrible teams. Nobody to learn from. They weren't able to sit a year, and then they're given up on. And I'm not saying Trubisky's good. I'm not saying Josh Rosen's good. But these guys were thrown into terrible situations. I mean, the Jets are still a long way away. So why scare him off in the first year and kind of nuke his attitude? Now, if you want to bring him in for like mop up duty or something, or like you were saying, if they're completely out of it, you start them the last 3 games of the year. I mean, even if Donald does play well,
Right. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not going to be a Miami thing where Fitzmagic goes 4-0 and then Tua comes in. That's not what's going to happen.
No,
You know,
no, not at all.
It's not going to be something like that. No way.
No.
But if he's playing better and a team needs a quarterback, that's your best chance to get anything back. At this point, what are you going to get? A fifth? Yeah. Is it even worth it? He's more valuable as a piece of the team than he is a 5th round pick.
Right. So playing better, but not winning.
Yeah,
right. Playing better, but still being 1-4 after 5 games or something.
Right. But putting up 250, 260, 270, a couple touchdowns and something like that. But
Carr is the primest example because boy, he was thrown in a terrible situation. And he was just done. I mean, I think he had the most sacks ever his rookie year. He was getting destroyed. He had no one to throw to. Actually, he had Andre Johnson, didn't he? I mean, but still, I mean, he was just put in a terrible situation. You can't rush these guys, and that's why it's funny when you see like Goff and Wentz signing these huge contracts after 2-3 years, and then they turn to shit, and everyone's ready to give up on them. They're still good quarterbacks. They just need to be in the right situation.
Mm-hmm.
And Wentz and Indy,
it's not Detroit though.
No. But Wentz and Indy, I don't know.
If he's got to bounce back, that's where it is.
Yeah,
he's in a great position.
Yeah, I mean, he's back to a familiar offense, and he's back to a place that doesn't go crazy when you lose. They don't throw batteries at you.
Yeah, he's not going to get hit by a stray battery.
Right. It's not the city of brotherly love. No.
Right. No, not at all. But Trevor Lawrence, you bring up a good point, and I was saying this about Trubisky the other day. I think Trubisky going to Buffalo and sitting behind him is going to help him. But you're right; he should have never went that high.
No. Yeah, he was set up for failure.
Absolutely was set up for failure.
But Josh Allen is exactly what Trubisky was hoped to be, I think.
Right.
I mean, that style, everything about what Josh Allen is doing is what Trubisky was supposed to be. So, for him to go up there and maybe refine some stuff and learn some stuff behind Josh Allen, that could resurrect his career. And he's young. It's not like he's past his prime or anything like that. So still a lot of talent.
Parlay that into a Teddy Bridgewater contract. You know what I mean? Yep. Honestly, and who knows?
Yeah.
So quickly, because we're running out of time. Did you see the draft and the changes that they're doing? Well, I shouldn't say changes, but having an actual draft this year. Did you see that came out today?
Yeah.
In-person players.
In-person players. Yeah.
They're gonna have kind of like a VIP fan thing where they're gonna have a select number of fans from each team come out for it. They have to be vaccinated and they have to wear masks the entire time, which kind of seems like it defeats the purpose. But they're doing all that stuff. They're gonna have a war room again in a select location where everybody can be. So things are getting back to normal. I mean, we're talking about what the season's going to look like and if it's actually going to happen. But I mean, if they're planning to have an actual live draft with, people in-house this early, by the time the actual season rolls around, we've got to have fans in the stands and much higher than what are they doing? Like 10%, 20% at most places. So, I mean, we got to be by fall, we got to be close to 50% capacity, right? I mean,
absolutely. Well, it's going to depend on how baseball goes. It's going to depend on baseball. If the Yankees and Mets are doing 20%, and if everything goes smooth through the summer, then why not? Why 50% for football?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think so, and that's what football did last year. Is they kind of watched.
I'm excited.
They watched baseball and saw what they were doing, and then made things happen off of that. I think baseball's just a natural test bed for the NFL to see what works for fans.
Yeah. Well, and basketball's not so bad either right now. I mean, as far as the players, I mean, yes, there's been some people out with COVID, but, it's funny. I seen a meme that they have to wear a mask on the bench, but yet they can go out, they can hit each other with sweat all over them. They can cough close to them. They can breathe heavy. They can touch each other. and then the second you go to the bench, you have to wear a mask. But yet they're literally inches from each other's faces, and players aren't testing positive.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever they're doing, maybe figure that out, because that's more in line of football. You know, I mean, the close contact and stuff like that. Baseball, they're still going to be fairly close, but not as close. Figure out what basketball's doing and follow that, because they're more. To me, they're more equal as far as closeness. In fact, basketball's probably closer if you think about it, because they don't have the pads on. You know, I mean, it's full body contact if you think about it, with shorts and tank tops on.
Yeah. Plus, you're literally just standing there pressed up against somebody playing defense. You're not running. You're not sprinting down the field next to somebody. You're bumping and trying to juke people and all up in each other's face. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, but basketball seemed to maneuver it really well last year too. I mean, they put everybody in a bubble. They got through the season very healthy, and I don't know. We're figuring out ways through it. But I mean, the mandatory vaccine thing that's just going to keep trickling down. Like, people who are fighting it, if you want to do anything, you're going to have to get it. It's just
you're going to have
it. It's just the way it is. So, and
accept it. It's just going to happen. And I mean, you can either not accept it and not do anything, or you can accept it and move on with the life and your life and start enjoying stuff. You know, keep everybody safe around you. It's not just about you, and that's what people don't get. You know, if I get it and I'm near you two, I'm keeping you guys safe. You know what I mean? And it's just going to keep trickling down and carrying forward that way.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's going to happen.
No doubt.
And
especially Jim, when we go to a Pats game next year, we meet up down in Foxwoods. We head up to Foxborough, see if we can get Joe T to fly out on a TDY. And
yeah, right.
Joe, I think I got some orders still with your name on it. So
perfect. Yeah, just cross out the date and location, and we'll be right out there. So.
Yeah, we got to figure out what game we want to go to. But yeah, I'm definitely I'm in. Yeah. So
I'd love to go to a Jets game just for Joe.
Hey, it's a nice stadium. It's a nice stadium. You should.
No. I haven't been in it. I'm in at Foxborough.
Oh, wait, you haven't gone to MetLife, Jim?
Where do I go to MetLife? Oh,
of course I did. What are you talking about?
I thought you just said I haven't been in it.
I haven't been in Gillette.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me neither. Because I don't feel like fighting my way out of there when the Jets win.
So Shane, let's get ready, brother. We got a fourth with us. Jim's going to meet us there.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah, that'll be.
It's probably about the same distance as my house, right? What's it take? I mean, it's closer to Rhode Island, right? It's down the bottom.
Yeah. So it takes me about an hour and 10 minutes to get to my brother's house, and about another hour and a half from there, 2 hours at the most. So
that's what it's probably going to take me.
Yeah.
Probably take me about the same.
We need to do that and figure out how to do a live show from there.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
John, why don't you get one of those luxury boxes?
Yes.
I mean, I can call Bill, see what we can do. I can give Bill a call, see what we can do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Yeah. Bill's got access.
Yeah, of course he does.
We just got to get him to answer the phone. That's the hardest part. Right. So
45 minutes, my bad, Sharon. I thought it was an hour and a half. I don't know why, but see, there we go. Even better. And then we go to Foxwoods. We hang out for the night, head back in the morning. Good. Sleep about 30 minutes, and then act like idiots.
Play poker all night.
Poker all night. Yeah, play poker all night. Yeah. There you go. It'll be fun.
Insane.
Good deal.
All right. Yeah, so I don't think there's too much to talk about in baseball. I don't know if we would dive into that.
So here baseball yet.
No, I don't want to talk about baseball. So real quick, I was looking at, and I've been saying everybody knows that the Giants are the favorites to win the NFC East, but I was looking at the odds for the Super.
Nobody knows
who's the favorite. The Eagles, the Redskins. I mean, a Washington football team.
Maybe the Cowboys.
No.
Cowboys. Nope. Redskins.
Wrong again.
Giants, Eagles.
Wrong, and wrong.
I'm not giving Giants any love this year after last year. What they did.
You don't have to. You don't have to. After winning division last year and all of the moves they just made, you're going to tell me now they're not going to win the division? Who else made more moves than the Giants? Nobody.
It's not the moves. It's the quarterback.
Who has the best quarterback in the division?
That's healthy.
Dallas, then Washington, then Jones.
Oh, come on.
I'm not saying the best team. I'm just saying the better quarterbacks.
Right.
Oh,
I'll say Washington's defense. Washington has a great defense. Dallas's defense,
phenomenal defense.
But what I was going to say is I was looking at the odds to win the ball. Yeah. So Giants are plus 6,600 now. So I got to run down and put $100 on that. But
yeah, you do.
They have the Jets at the same odds. How the hell is that possible? They're both at 6,600. And even more surprisingly, the Pats are plus 3,000.
Do you want me to tell
Jets
you
and Giants plus 6,600, Pats plus 3,000.
Because Vegas agrees with me that the Jets and Giants suck and the Patriots are good. I mean, it's simple math.
Come on. I wish we played the Pats this year. Do we play the Pats this year?
I wish, please God.
No.
I wish we were playing the AFC East. When do we play the AFC East? 2023?
You don't want the AFC East. Man. We just played.
Why not?
I think it's
played 2 years ago.
2 years, yeah.
We just played 2 years ago. Actually, I think we're playing Dallas this year. I get a bet on that game too.
I don't know.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's in Washington.
Man, we got some good lightning and thunder going on.
Nice.
I thought there was a plane flying by.
No.
So yeah, Jalen in Philly couldn't be Washington.
He might even be better.
He couldn't. Heineke's going to be the starter down there before you know it.
Oh my God, he's not. Nobody beats out the Magic.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts and Flacco out of Philly, maybe? No way.
I don't know.
No way. Philly's in fourth for sure. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Giants, Dallas.
They are. They absolutely are. I think Washington is going to be a very hard team to take down. I mean, a lot of young guys last year. A lot of young guys that are now in year two. Adding some.
Samuels,
they can't score.
What do you mean? Well, they got Fitz. Fitz can throw.
Fitz can score, man. No, he's not going to win a Super Bowl, but he can score.
He can. That's never been.
That's why Miami went to the playoffs last year almost, and they pulled him out after going 4-0, and they didn't put him back in.
I think we know why.
They should have let. Yeah, because they should have let Tua ride the bench that year and let Fitz run that team.
How don't you leave Fitz in there until he loses?
Yes, exactly.
Leave him in there until he loses. They pull him out. Now he's going to be the magician in Washington? No way.
Yeah, because I think they'll actually let him play.
Yeah, he's going to play all year.
Right, with Samuel, with McLaurin, with Gibson. Then you got the defensive side played lights out. Chase Young's a year older. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, Washington's a frightening team. That defense is frightening. Offense, we'll see what Fitzy can do. But now he has two wide receivers to throw to, a tight end, and Gibson in the backfield with a pretty decent O-line. Whew. Dina, I agree there. That's Fitzy's downfall. He thinks he's Brett Favre out there.
So now you're thinking Washington wins the division?
No, I think Dallas does.
I think Dallas wins. And then Washington second?
Washington second, Giants third, and Philly fourth.
Okay.
That's just what I think.
Damn it. This is the first time in 3.5 months that me and you have agreed on something.
It's about time, man. It's about time, Joe.
This goes against
you're both
everything.
Wrong. That's the funny thing. You're way off base, both of you. Oh God.
He does.
But yeah, I saw that today and I thought, man, I gotta go put $100 on the Giants.
I mean, think about the Fitz.
Really.
I mean, come on, how could you not do it? They won it as a wild card when they won, right? They ran right through everybody. Tampa, Green Bay, Dallas, and then your team up there.
No, think about the Fitz touchdown pass last year when he was looking straight backwards and fired that 50-yard pass down.
Well, it wasn't a touchdown, but it was a great pass. Yeah.
But he's magic. Yeah. He's magic. He's the point.
He's magic.
I don't know.
He's not Fitz, man.
He's not going to lead them
on the pass.
He's not going to lead them to the division.
It's weird how that division last year was an absolute joke. And this year it actually has, outside of the Eagles, potential to be very – I mean, it was competitive last year in a bad way. This year it actually has potential to be competitive, legitimately competitive if Daniel Jones is actually a quarterback. I mean, that's the big thing. I mean, what do you have, 11 touchdowns last year? He had 2 more touchdowns than Sam Darnold, and we're going to that's – I don't think that makes you too excited. I'm not counting rushing touchdowns. I'm just talking passing touchdowns. I think he was 11 and 11-9, was it?
So Travis is agreeing with you two.
I
Washington,
like it.
Cowboys, Giants, Eagles.
Look,
that is
Travis,
zero defense.
Is shit.
Zero defense.
Is shit.
Yeah.
And what have they done? Nothing.
Okay,
have they done anything this offseason? Come on.
I don't know. See, me and Travis can get along. Amazing.
Yeah.
Now just because he's taking your quarterback and you don't think he's going to be good now.
He's not. But
yes, he will.
I'm curious. I can't wait until the draft to see what the Cowboys do. That is going to be one exciting.
They're going deep. They have to go deep.
We said that last year.
Cornerback.
Absolutely.
They're going to go cornerback. They are going to go cornerback. They have to. There's too many good cornerbacks out there not to by the time it gets down to them. Joe, like you said, it's so offensive heavy. Think about 10 through 20. They are just going to score on the top defensive players in the draft. I mean, do you see anybody in the D getting drafted in the top 10? I don't think it's going to happen.
Maybe Surtain. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Fran at like friggin' 11, 12, whatever the hell they're at. You know what I mean? It's just insane. That's what I mean. The D-backs, you got Farley out of Virginia Tech. I mean, it's a deep, very, very deep defensive back draft.
Yeah.
And Asante Samuel Jr., which I think I would love to see on the Patriots. Asante Samuel
But
Jr.
did you see CeeDee Lamb getting drafted by the Cowboys last year? That was like the least of their worries was wide receiver. And
but boy, to pass up that talent, you can't. That's what I mean. If at 10 or if wherever the Giants are drafting, if Smith is there, do they pass on him? You can't. It's like one of those things where it's like, hold on, this guy's sitting here. Yeah, we got 4 wide receivers, but now we're gonna have 5 because you can't pass up that quick.
Right. No, I think you have to, because I mean, you see what happens with Shepard going down and guys getting dinged up and can't make it through. Ingram going, if you could load up with him too, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Chase. Where's Chase going? I still think Chase has a good opportunity to go third.
Yep.
To Cincy. Reunite him and Burrows.
Dolphins are third.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they couldn't win with Dak and they couldn't win without Dak. So, and they've done nothing to improve. They're not going anywhere. I don't know how everybody thinks they're going to be second.
Yeah, but that whole division was shitty last year. So I mean,
and they still couldn't win. They still couldn't beat the other teams. Come on. They
7-9, maybe second place next year.
I'm saying last year, as bad as the division was, what did Dallas finish at? They didn't win a division.
They're one
they
pick
didn't finish
ahead
second. Right, they didn't finish
second.
They're
1 pick ahead of you guys. So you guys won what? 4 games?
So they finished. No, we were 6 and 10, right? 7-9 won it.
All right, so John, if Pitts is sitting there at 10. Do the Cowboys leave him there and take a defensive player?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, again, I feel like I'm talking about the Detroit Lions. Hell no, you don't leave them. Hell no.
So they could go offense again. They
could go offense again.
That's
but I don't think Pitts is going to make it to 10.
What if Devontae Smith is sitting there at 10?
Then the previous 9 teams are idiots.
I don't know how Dallas doesn't go defense. Even if those guys, either one of them are there.
No, I'm with you.
They cannot. They can't just think they're going to score 50 points and give up 60. No, it's
they couldn't. They couldn't last year, and they did. So it's Dallas. Jerry Jones and Al
Jerry
Davis.
Jones.
You can't.
Yeah. I know, so similar, so similar.
It's okay. I can't wait.
Let me rethink. You know what, Jim? The more we keep talking, I'll even put the Giants. I don't know yet. Let me see let me see how it ends up. Let me see how it ends up. I'm going to send you Dallas.
A Giants jersey. Who's your favorite Giant?
Mark Bavaro, man. He's from Danvers, Mass.
That's right. I know.
Played at St. John's Prep down here in Danvers, Mass.
No. That's right.
Yeah, I think Dina's. That's where I'm putting Chase. I think what a gift. What an absolute gift that Houston gave to Miami there at number 3. Like, you get no business having Jamar Chase on your team, and he's going to be sitting there just to pick right off the top of the pile. That's insane. Absolutely insane. God.
I agree, Dina. I mean, they need offense. I mean, as much as the Dolphins should go O-line there, Mark, man, they need if they're going to continue at Tua, they need to put weapons around Tua like you had at Bama.
Yeah.
Devontae Parker's good and all, but I mean, Chase is. I mean, you watched him at LSU with Burrow, and my goodness.
Oh yeah, just insane. Everybody forgets how good he was because he took last year off. Or he opted out. I shouldn't say he took last year off, but opted out, and then Devontae Smith just took over the scene, and everybody's all over him. But it really doesn't matter.
And Jefferson, that's insane. Yeah. They had him and Jefferson. That's insane.
But whatever the Dolphins do, it's a gift. It's just it's bonus.
It's gravy.
It's house money. You're playing with house money. I mean, if they take Sewell, you can't go wrong. If they take Chase, you can't go wrong. If they take Pitts, you can't go wrong because you're not supposed to have the pick anyway.
It's a freebie,
right? You just take whoever you want. So.
Ooh, Najee Harris. Harris is a beast.
He's gonna be in green and white.
I think Harris go to Tampa.
I don't think he'll make it that long.
I don't know.
If the Jets go Wilson and Harris or Wilson and Etienne, I'm going to be over the moon. That's my first two picks if I'm the GM. It's already written down, kind of like Draft Day. Seen the movie Draft Day?
Yeah.
Where he's got like no matter what, that's my picks.
Yes.
Zach Wilson,
Jim,
no matter what.
O-line, and kicker for the Jets, the first two picks.
Special teams play. How about that?
Sebastian Janikowski Jr. is coming out. I mean, I heard he can kick further with his left and his right leg than his dad. I mean, the Raiders did that.
That's hard to do.
Him in the first round.
Yeah, that was insane.
What a ballsy move. Think about that. What a ballsy move.
It's the Raiders.
And the guy kicked for 23 years.
He played a long time. I mean, come on.
I mean, you probably could have got him in the third or fourth round, but they wanted a kicker.
Absolutely could have. Oh, it's insane.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, if that's the way the first round goes, just text me when the draft's over so I can come in and end the stream because I'm done.
I can't wait. And it's great that you're so early. Oh, my God.
I know. It's not going to take long to see either joy or absolute distraught in Joe's. Oh, and his whole attitude will be like that the whole night. It'll be so much fun. It really will.
And I've been thinking about it too. It's like if they do take Chase, am I going to be upset there? That means we're sticking with Sam, and everything is
actually
screwed up. But I mean,
I can't.
Could you be upset having that type of a player on your team?
No, not one bit.
It just makes me nervous for next year, but. This year, it gives you something. I am worried about Smith, and even though he came out today and said, don't pay attention to my size, pay attention to my game tape or whatever. But game tape's great, but a 250-pound linebacker coming across the middle will also end your NFL career before it even starts. So,
but I'll tell you what, Tyreek Hill's. I mean, he's not much bigger than him, and I'll tell you what, you have to catch him. You have to catch him.
Tyreek has muscle. At least Tyreek got muscle on him. This kid looks like a stick figure.
He does. But I see Smith. Agreed. I mean, the guy needs to put on a little bit of weight, and he may lose a step.
He said he's at 170 now.
No way.
He's 170?
No way. With his pads on. With his pads on, he's with that.
I haven't seen him. He had his pro day, and he said today, I think it was, and they said he was at 170. I don't know. Maybe he had a large lunch.
Tyreek Hill is bigger. Yes, bigger. But I mean, his height wise, I mean, Smith is going to bulk up. He's going to get to the pros. They're going to put him on a. I mean, Randy Moss. I mean, Randy Moss's wrists were the size of a pencil.
Yeah.
Now granted he was defined, but he was skinny too. But I mean, you have to be able to catch him. You really do. You have to be able to catch him.
I mean, they couldn't get near him on a championship game. I mean,
no. And they knew the ball was going to him.
Everybody in the field knew, and they couldn't get near him.
They couldn't stop him. So his size would worry me if he was one of those guys that ran across the middle, but he doesn't. So
I still think Robbie Anderson's small, but I think he's still bigger than that. I want to see.
Moss was like 6'4", so he was probably like 215, 220.
They're saying Anderson's weighing in at 190. For Robbie Anderson. So skinny Robbie Anderson's potentially 20 pounds heavier. It's
Randy
just,
Moss was 6'4", 210. But he was
that's not
6'4".
even close. What's
right? But I
But
mean,
what's
he was
his-
also 6'4".
what's Smith's height?
Was he 5'10"?
Yeah, I don't think he's
Smith
that big
isn't
of a
that
guy.
tall. That's what I mean. Put him in the slot. Again, you have to catch him. You have to be able to catch the guy.
6'1".
Is he?
Oh, wow, is he that tall?
He's 6'1".
I bet you he's not that tall.
Claims to be 175.
That's with cleats. With cleats on.
I don't think he's either. To be quite honest,
that's with stripper heels on.
Yeah.
Hey, if he can run at them, good on him.
His ankles are so strong. Oh
His
man,
ankles are so strong.
I
wouldn't
know.
worry about Smith's size. I wouldn't care. I mean, the fact of the matter is, you still have to catch him.
I think
he's never going to get blasted like that. He's too smart.
I think it's still going to cause him to drop a bit. I really do. I don't think Chase will fall, and I think Waddle's going to end up going before him.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. So what if the Giants get up there at 11 and Waddle and Smith are both there still? Because there's a lot of drafts that show neither one of them go in the top 10. So now what do you do?
Yeah.
Right. So they have Waddle, they have Smith, or they go a lineman or edge rusher.
Right. Man.
That's
tough.
a great problem to have.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? What a great problem.
Right.
Because Waddle was Smith before he got hurt.
Right.
You know,
so that's the thing. And Waddle has more of a body on him, right? I mean, he's more of a, you feel safer with him.
Waddle's a little bigger. Yeah, he's probably 185, 190-ish, I bet. I don't think he's as tall, though.
He was supposed to be better than Ruggs and Judy.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be something. We get up there and both of those guys are up there available still.
What's he at? 5'10", 182 for Waddle.
Okay, so yeah, but almost
that's why he looks. That's why he looks bigger. He's shorter.
Yeah.
Well, then you figure he can probably put on a couple pounds and not be too hurt by it. You know what I mean? Probably get up to 187, 188, throw on 5 pounds, and I mean, those guys' bodies are works of art, anyways. You know what I mean? So 5 pounds on them, you're not going to really tell, but I mean, he'll probably feel a lot stronger too.
Oh yeah, and they'll pack it on. I bet he'll be playing at He'll be playing at 195. I bet. By the time the teams get done with him and the dietitians and everything, they'll bulk him up to mid 190s. And coming across the middle with his speed, that's not going to slow him down very much. No. I mean, he'll be able to absorb some hits, and I bet he's going to be able to drop his shoulder and lay out quite a few too.
Oh yeah, he's a powerful guy. You know, I mean, he really is. I mean, and again, Waddle was Smith before he got hurt this year, so I mean, he was supposed to be the guy.
Right.
But either or, Jim, you know what? It wouldn't be a bad pick either way. You know, I mean, it really wouldn't.
And I can't wait. I'm telling you guys, draft night is going to be a blast. It's going to be so much fun. If you're new to this and you're just watching us, we're going live for the draft. If you have a favorite team, please, and you want to come on the show and at your draft pick, let us know. Shoot us a message or drop something in the comments. We'll get in touch and get you ready to come on the show for your pick and discuss your pick. But there's going to be so much controversy this year, and there's going to be so many different variables that we haven't seen before that it's going to make it so much fun. Like and like you said, that's a viable position that the Giants are going to be in. Like that could actually happen where you're looking at both of those wide receivers and an offensive lineman, or potentially, Parsons, linebacker, something to that effect, where you've got 4 walk-on starter, day one starters at 3 different positions that you can't go wrong with. And what do you do? Like that's going to be so much fun to break down. So
yes, he will Travis, be on.
We gotta have him. He's up first. He's on deck. Yes.
Yeah, I can't imagine what he's going to be like. With the first pick, Trevor Lawrence. Wow, we didn't see this one coming.
Oh God! But that could be the upset right there.
That could be right out the gate. Upset. Right out the gate, Justin Fields, and then Travis just hits the X button in the top corner.
Oh, that's
Travis,
awesome.
what do you think? And does anybody know where Travis went? Well, we must have lost him, Bill. I don't know. Back to you in the studio.
Mac Jones, number 1.
Oh.
No.
Oh, that would be the best.
Poor Trags. Poor Trags.
All right. So yeah, you guys.
All right. Good.
Cool. Wrap it.
Sure. We can talk all night about this, to be honest. But yeah, it's probably time to get rolling.
I could talk to you guys about sports until the sun comes up, but and it still hasn't gone down yet. But it's still
same here.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you guys got that extra hour up there.
That's right. We got to get that installed on here.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Oh man.
For you, Joe, I think Jim and I will be okay. I think you're going to need the bleep button for you because
we're going to have a 15-second delay.
I see Fields right there.
Oh God. I mean, you got to trade back at that point, but
what if they think he's the man? Oh God, yeah, N'Keal Harry, 6'3", 220.
Yeah, but Harry wasn't supposed to suck. That's the thing.
Guess what?
I think he's going to go somewhere else and he's going to be fine. I mean,
hopefully so. It's an absolute waste of friggin' talent. I mean, the guy was amazing. Fields goes on losing it. Have a good night, Alex.
See you later, Alex. Yeah.
Oh, Trevor Lawrence Simmons. Let me tell you what. If Fields goes second, you're going to see me be the biggest prick in the world to Joe. And Joe, I mean no ill will personally. Remember, this will just be sports talk alone. I will have so much fun. I will have so much fun with this.
I think he's talking about if Fields goes first.
Oh, God, no. That's not happening. That's never going to happen.
If Fields goes first,
if Fields goes first, then I'm going to have to call you Justin Fields Simmons, and that just don't flow right. Justin Fields Simmons. That's not bad. I like Trevor Lawrence Simmons better. Kind of has a good ring to it. Yeah. Justin Fields Simmons. We'll see. I won't practice it just yet.
No.
Oh man. All right. So yeah, please, as always, please subscribe. Join us every week. This show is great because of you guys, and we have a blast doing it. So until what's today? Monday, right? Yeah. So until Thursday. Man, it's going to be a long week. So until Thursday, please. And before we go, Olivia, please continue to fight and get better. And we're all thinking about you and pushing for you. And I know John cannot wait to get that selfie with you.
So, yeah, I can't wait to take a selfie with you, sweetie. I love you so much. Hope you're feeling good tonight.
Yep. And Shaney, keep going, bud. So until then, until Thursday, please make sure you come back and join us, and we'll do this all over again. So have a safe weekend, have a fun weekend, and we'll see you guys when we're back.